Hello again and welcome back to another one. And today we have more on the battle between Kendrick Lamar versus Drake, as more has come to light in Kendrick's corner. Receipts to back up the claims Kendrick made on his diss tracks, receipts that also dispel claims made by Drake and also academics, and this reveal even got rapper Mickey Facts in shock. New evidence has surfaced in the Drake and Kendrick feud. Time to go back to 6:16 a.m. And this was certainly a huge blow to Team Drake so far, as we also got one linked to Drake's father, as a new clip surfaced on the internet that left hip-hop fans in shock. More on this momentarily, as it looks like Gilly the Kid is feeling the heat from Kendrick Lamar fans, since if you recall, he believes Drake bodied Kendrick with The Heart Part 6. And this drama has now gotten to the point where even music legend Stevie Wonder was asked about his thoughts on the Drake versus Kendrick beef. Today we also have an update on Eminem's upcoming album that basically confirms many of the rumors dating as far back as 2021, and we'll get to this later. And today we'll be starting with the update on the beef between Rick Ross and The Game, and after Game dropped Freeway's Revenge, that led to a roasting session online as fans kept asking,
Why?
Well, rather than head to the studio to respond to The Game, Rick Ross continued to troll on social media. He shared this on IG, hate it or love it, the underdog on top. And he had more, as while Game already mentioned on Freeway's Revenge that Rick Ross can't use luxury goods or marble floors to win this battle, Rick Ross is reacting exactly how Game predicted he would, rather than rap.
You niggas don't want to eat? You niggas don't want to eat? Must not. You niggas starving. You niggas starving.
And before we get to Game's take on this so far in a chat with Joe Budden, both The Game and Rick Ross have been getting cooked for the most part by hip-hop fans. Check this out. This might not be the time to joke, Ross. The Game said you be having crap stains in your Balenciaga shorts.
Damn.
Game pretty much rapped about how health is wealth, and by this measure, Rick Ross is broke. However, Rick Ross is entertaining the people. I love Rick Ross' energy through this whole beef. Dude just eating cereal, performing at high schools, and trolling on the internet. A+ stuff, laughing emoji. Well, those astronomical property taxes won't pay themselves, and Game was also getting cooked. Game can't even make an album because he still owes his SA victim. And Game called into the Joe Budden podcast to speak on this beef, where he reiterated that Ross would have to rap rather than show off luxury goods. Check out some snippets from the Joe Budden podcast.
Sitting around just trolling, like, keep that same energy. Like, niggas want to rap, you want to troll, let's do it. Like, bump heads wouldn't really do this shit.
Do you expect for Ross to reply to you?
Bro, he did reply with a fucking cereal bowl, nigga. Like, I mean, all right, we definitely know, we know you fucking eat. We get it. We see you. We know you eat. But nigga, Louis Vuitton cereal bowls and shit, how do I reply to that? Do I go in my crib and post the Louis Vuitton boxing bag? Punching bag? Like, is that what we doing?
Do you think that he's gonna reply in like a verse or a song?
Nigga, if he, I don't think it's wise. I think that he might. And if he does, he's done. And if all these fickle ass fucking fans and niggas that say, oh, I don't like Game, he's corny, he's this and he's that, we get it. But can Game rap? And will niggas rap against Game? Because the rap niggas ain't saying what the people in the comments are saying. The rap niggas know what I do. They know what I do.
And moving on, while Drake is struggling to sleep, like literally, since he claimed on IG that choppers are flying over his mansion, more has now come to light to add to the sleep disturbances, as while Kendrick continues to smash his streaming records with Not Like Us, Drake's reputation is also getting smashed, as a source on Twitter has been exposing Drake with real receipts, and they put Drake on the clock. It started with this video that supports Kendrick Lamar's 6:16 in LA, one that also shuts down academics' claim about the cover.
So Drake's pop suitcase had these things in it. Don't know how he got a hold of it. Don't know how this happened to get in Kendrick's hand, but apparently Kendrick Lamar must have got a hold of Drake's Drake's dad's suitcase. So we're talking about Dennis Graham.
And it started with this tweet and an eerie video that looks like something straight out of Gotham. 1. King Kendrick is not a liar, and I am not a thief. 2. Mr. Aubrey Graham Drake and Mr. Livingston Allen, academics, have until noon Monday, May 13, 2024, to retract your claims of theft, or my attorney, Miss Adrian Edward, and I will exhaust every legal option available.
Dear Adonis, I'm sorry that man is your father, let me be honest. It takes a man to be a man, your dad is not responsive. I look at him and wish your grandpa would have wore a condom. I'm sorry that you gotta grow up and then stand behind them. Life is hard, I know, but challenges always go beat us home. Sometimes our parents make mistakes that affect us until we grown. And you're a good kid that need good leadership. Let me be your mentor, since your daddy don't teach you shit. Never let a man piss on your neck, son. Either you die right there or pop that man in the head, son. Never fall in the escort business, that's bad religion. Please remember, you could
come on, man.
If you got bitches, never code switch, whether right or wrong. You're a black man, even if it don't benefit your goals. Do some push-ups, get some discipline. Don't cut them corners like your daddy did. Fuck what Ozempic did. Don't pay to play with them Brazilians. Get a gym membership. Understand, no throwing rocks and hiding hands. That's law. Don't be ashamed of who you with. That's how he treats your moms. Don't have a kid to hide again. Be sure. 5% will comprehend, but none.
Come on, man.
Be proud of who you are. Strength come from within. Like the superstars, that's real. But your daddy ain't hard than them. And you nothing like him. You'll carry yourself as kid. Can't understand me right now. Just petty when you're 18.
You think this shit is cool? Nah, man. Ooh. Tired of this shit, man. It's just too much. I don't want to be the bad guy. I love all people. Come on, man.
And the source added, to Mr. Aubrey Graham Drake, may this photo help jog your memory as to where you discarded those items. The issue in the photo should also jog your memory. Jimmy Brooks would not have been proud of you that night. And the source kept going. You had many things discarded on your behalf over the years. I wonder if you can remember them all. You're blocking my money with your lies, so you have forced me to get it another way. Push-ups, really? Should have kept that to yourself. And the video has sparked viral posts like these. The scariest ish about that video is they had a freaking Panasonic laptop dog, and for some context on the vibes right now, this went viral.
Starting tonight, I'm a man of my word. Damn.
And speaking on Drake losing sleep, he had more to worry about, as while Lil Wayne is going viral for how he handled a young fan in posts like these, with all this Drake stuff flooding my timeline, it reminded me of that time Lil Wayne was picking a girl from the crowd to come on stage back in 2013, and his reaction when he found out her age. Oh no, put her back, loudly crying emojis.
Help this beautiful young lady up on the stage. How old are you, baby? Oh no, put her back. Put her back.
Clearly in stark contrast to how Drake handled the situation with the 17-year-old girl, but more was on the way, this time from TikTok that included the caption, point of view, in 2019, you think you're going to Drake's party, but get Dennis instead.
POV, in 2019 you think you're going to Drake's party, but get Dennis instead.
4 years is a huge favor. I think you should ask for more paper, and more paper, and more paper. I'm blaming you for hardest gambling addictions.
Damn.
And while the internet stays on Drake's neck, with receipts and all, Gilly the Kid is also catching some heat from Kendrick fans for his takes since this started. And if you recall, he claimed Drake won after the Heart Part 6.
Shit over with, man. It's over with. Light-skinned niggas won. They took that shit, man. Is that shit over with, man?
And apparently, they've been flooding his DMs since, and he put out a message to Kendrick fans a few hours ago.
Say this, all you fucking Kendrick Lamar fans, get the out my DM. You hear me? I kept it the real. The first 2 diss records was fucking Fuck, he came with that fucking mustard joint. All right, yeah. Mustard on the beat. That motherfucker, I gave him all the credit. Watch it. This one right here, wrong with y'all. I keep it real. Wrong with you. You can't diss the first fucking 2 diss records. One of the fucking diss records was off of fucking Al Green. I'm so in love with you. How the f you want this off of Al Green? I don't know what to do. It's alright with me. The f is y'all talking about? Can't diss no fucking off of Al Green, a fucking love song. Now that fucking muscle on the beat, that shit had me ready to motherfucking crib walk this one. I ain't gonna lie. Get the f up out my DM though. I'm that keep it real. You don't keep it fucking real.
And it would be interesting to see how Drake and Academics match up versus the Riddler, who stepped in to expose Drake a few hours ago. And even music legend Stevie Wonder was asked about the beef on TMZ. Check out some snippets.
A lot of people are saying this is maybe bad for the culture. Just, you know, it's like just negative.
Any kind of war is bad for the world.
Does it give you any bad feelings seeing these 2 guys, you know, in this position?
I have no bad feelings. I just think that the world needs to focus on what's going on, because those things are just distractions.
Oh wow!
Do you know the wars that are going on right now?
That's right. Real wars, not
you know
stuff.
The homelessness that's going on right now.
That's right, sir.
And moving on, we got to find out more about Eminem's upcoming album a few hours ago, thanks to a Louis Resto interview. Check it out. Eminem's longtime collaborator Louis Resto on working with hip-hop's biggest names. And here are some excerpts from the article. Louis Resto, a longtime collaborator of Eminem's, says the American rapper's anticipated new album will have him going back to his hard-hitting roots. The American pianist says he has been contributing sporadically to Eminem's new album since 2021, and since 2021 pretty much confirms the rumors, hints and teasers we've been getting since then. So no, the fans weren't crazy, and the report continues. Eminem, real name Marshall Mathers, has announced the death of Slim Shady Coup de Grace will be released this year, and Resto says seasoned fans will savor the new songs. I do have a notion of things judging by what I have seen and heard across the last 3 years, and if I have to give you a forecast, you are gonna hear a whole nod back to some of his original creative areas, Resto62 tells The National. He is talking about where he came from and where he is now, so it is really a hodgepodge musically of ideas and influences. And I'll be looking forward to your thoughts on these topics in the comment section. Thanks for watching and see you on the next one.